Assalamualaikum and good greetings. Now we have the bundle here where the statics final exam is already completed, the marking by other lecturers. I'm not responsible for marking any of this lecture and any of this exam paper because I have been assigned to mark for this semester. We divide half of the lecturer mark the midterm, half of the lecturer mark the final exam. So I have marked the midterm exam, so the final exam is marked by other lecturers, right? So that should be good for the students, I think, because I'm one of the most strict lecturer when it comes to the marking. So this is me going to tally the marks. I just get this bundle around 100 plus students under two of the two section under my name, and here we go. I'm hoping the number of students who fail their final exam will be minimal. That's my hope, because this semester will be the starting semester where the policy where you cannot pass any subject unless you pass the final exam, meaning regardless of your carry mark, however high it is, if you fail the final exam you have to fail the subject, right? So hopefully the number that will fail the final exam will be very minimal. And secondly, I hope also the number of those who score will be high. But anyways, I'll just let the camera rolling. I'll just mark all of this. Not mark, I just tell you the marks, and maybe you can see from my reaction how the student do. I cannot expose the paper on camera, of course, so that will be wrong. And here it goes. So this is the papers. I cannot expose the name in front. There's no name actually, because we cannot know the name. There's metric number, and yeah, so we'll just take all of this out. This is unboxing exam paper version, so perhaps this video will be labeled as unboxing. So I will tell you the marks, and hopefully they are good marks. Alright, so 18 plus 24 plus 19 plus 9, 70. Okay, we have one to get 70 marks here. Let me double check. 18 plus 24 plus 19 plus 9. I'm not sure why I have that kind of how to say, I always unsure about whether I have done it correctly or not. So this is the next one. 16 plus 33.5 plus 20 plus 22, 81.5. Alright, good. The student, if the carry mark is okay, I think he or she will get E, inshallah. 16 plus 24 plus 6 plus 20, 66. Okay, 18.5 plus 16.5 plus 13 plus 19, 67. Okay, so far so good in the sense that no one failed yet. 63. So it seems there are some questions that is much more difficult than the others, because this student get 21, 25 out of 25. Each question is 25 marks, but the third and fourth is 4 and 13. So some question is much more difficult for some of the student, I guess. 17 plus 23 plus 13.5 plus 17, 70.5. Okay. 21 plus 25 plus 13.5 plus 13, 72.5. So most of them are arranged most when I'm only having marked very few, but roughly around 60 to 70. So that's okay, unless it suddenly go down after this. Hopefully not. 84, nice. 21 plus 23 plus 20 plus 20. So the second student that get more than 80 in the final exam. That's awesome. $69.5. $24 plus 24 plus 87.5. That is awesome. I think this is the third one. $76. So this depend on the carry mark, I think, right? Because if the carry mark push it above 80, then you might have a good chance there. $77. Okay, another one close to 80. $69. Okay. $75.5. $58. Oh my goodness, this is the lowest so far. 58, but thankfully above 50. I hope the carry mark is also above 50, then the student can pass. $77. Another one very close to 80. That's good. $53. Oh my goodness. The second one very close to 50. Fortunately, just above 50. $72.5. All right. Oops. $81. Nice. Another one above 80. Hopefully the carry mark is also above 80 so that the student can what 81. Yeah, correct. What is this? Okay, this is attachment. So the student actually add a lot of paper here. Hopefully the marks justify it for all the trees being cut down. What? 1.5? Wow, this is so bad. Okay, the first casualty. He did ask for a lot of extra paper, but still the mark is so low. Okay, this one is the one that is making me sad right now. One paper that is terrible. Wow, this is exactly 50. Let me check. 5 plus 22 plus 12 plus 11, 50. Alhamdulillah. It would be so sad if that is below 50. It would be terrible. 25 plus 20 plus 15 plus 1. 59. Alhamdulillah, she passed the final exam, but the mark is low because I think question 3 and 4 is is which one this is the difficult one, because first question 20 out of 25, second 25 out of 25 full mark, third 13 out of 25, and 4 1. What is question 4? Let me just see what is question 4 all about. How did this student fail so much? What is this? Is it frame and machine? Come on. So some students do struggle with frame and machine, unfortunately. 9 plus 8.5. This is terrible. Unfortunately, another one that is terrible. The student, come on, the 3 question is less than 10 out of 25. Question 1 to 3. That is sad. That is sad. $51.5. A lot of them are making me nervous because just barely above 50. Ah. $75. Okay, nice. $62. Okay. Wow, another one. 52.5. Now, what I'm hoping is those who get barely above 50 is those that actually have a carry mark that is quite low already, and then they just want to pass and then they actually get passed. But if those people who have a great carry mark, like very good carry mark, and then suddenly in the final they get 50, that will bring the mark down totally, and unfortunately, right? So 66. Right. Oops. $67. Okay. What is this? So a lot of students have roughly around 60, which is quite okay. $51.5. Wow. Wow. Barely make it. This is another bad one. Hope he pass. Oh. Unfortunately. Okay, this pile is starting to get depressing now. Only 29. 52.5. Barely escaping though. Wait, what? $53. Wow. We are not yet halfway through with the thickness here, but we started with something that gave me hope with someone get very good mark, and suddenly it goes down. A lot barely escape. Alhamdulillah. So far there's 3 or 4 that didn't make it. Let us see further. 87 now. This is getting my hope up yet again. I forgot how much. If any of you watch the review I make about the midterm, right? Oh no, the survey outcome of the after the midterm. I think there's a bunch of students that is targeting for A. I don't remember actually the number of those students, but it's quite significant, and I hope the actual number that get A is not too much lower than those number, right? +20 +25 +10.5 +18, 73.5. Okay. 13 +21.5 +16 +14, 64.5. Okay, this is quite good. 24 plus 24. Sometimes the lecturer using something that is not quite clear. Wow, this is the highest so far. 91. The first student I think in this pile getting above 90. Right. Exactly 80. That's nice. $82. Awesome. This is bad. Yeah, another one didn't make it. 44, huh? It's quite sad if it's just below 50, right? But 44 is not just below 50. $84. Another one above 80. That's good. That's great. Oh, another bad one. This is exactly the same, 43. Unfortunately. $57. Okay, you escape. This is bad. 44. this is another bad one. 42. 79. I hope the carry mark is enough to push this one to have a total above 80, hopefully. Again another 79, exactly one mark below 80. Okay. $86, awesome. $53, barely escape. It's sad when you go someone who didn't make it, but there's quite a lot already barely 50 or above 50, so it's like sigh of relief. 76.5. Wait, what's going on here? What is this happening? This is bizarre. There's two covers, this one and this one. So bizarre. This is manufacturing error. Another bad one, huh? Just 41, unfortunately. Oops. Another bad one, 45. Okay, cases like this is sad one, right? Wow, is this the highest so far? 93, or I forgot the 90 before, how much is it, but awesome. $79.5, 79.5, 0.5 below 80. Oh, come on. $42. Wow. $76. $77.5. This is gonna be interesting because the percentage of those who get above 70, I think it's quite high, right? Ah, 39. Sadly, another one that didn't make it. I mean, regardless of the carry mark, right? If you fail the final exam, you fail, then unfortunately that student fail. Tough luck. 68.5. Okay, this is a bit more than half that we have covered, so hopefully. Is it 5? What is the mark here? I cannot read. There's some question number 4. Is the actual mark for question number 4? Three, 5, or 5. Why is it initially something else? Wow. I'm hungry. I need to get my lunch. But after we finish with this, hopefully we'll get our lunch, inshallah. 59. Okay, skip. 51. Wow, I was I was fearing the worst because he get question number 4 only 7 out of 25, but fortunately the total is 51, so he managed to escape failure. So 69. This is okay. $77. So this kind of 70, 77, and the upper side of 70s, hopefully their carry mark is enough to push the total out of, meaning above 80, right? Similarly here 75. That is interesting. It will be sad if the this is among the student that targeting for A, and then suddenly the final just not enough to push it for A. $57. Okay, pass. I do wonder also though, because this one 81. I assume that those who get 80 is also having carry mark above 80, then they get above 80 in the final, meaning the total cumulative marks, right? But if these are students who have very low carry mark, the good thing is it shoot the marks up, but the total will not be 80, even though they get 80 in the final. This is low. 3.5. What? Then become 32.5. Unfortunately you fail. Ouch. When some students have quite a low mark in some of the question, and he just hope for the best, and then it suddenly become 50 plus, then sigh of relief again. $73. $77.5 again. These are among the things that depend on the carry mark, whether it is enough to push the full mark above 80. 22 I think here. It's quite right. 89. Awesome. $83. Now the percentage of those get above 80 will make it suspicious. It really is, because the other sections will not have the same trend as my section. So that clearly show what the student can achieve with flipped classroom. I think it totally shift the game, shift the not to say everyone will pass, because flipped classroom does require 49.5. What? Okay, 49.5, when we round up, the number become 50, right? So we can pass this student, right? Hopefully, because 49.5, if we consider that no, anything below 50 is fail, then it it feels that it is unfair. But if we round off, it's 50, right? We will see. 50.5. The previous one is 49.5. This one is 50.5. Maybe that 0.5 I should give there to make them equally 50. Wow, this is barely make it. Barely. Maybe your mother make your doa. Please just make it pass, and then you get that 0.5. I'm hungry. I'm fast. I'm making this faster because I'm hungry and I want to get my lunch. This is bad. 36. What? So the number of those who didn't make it is increasing, huh? Another bad one. No. Oh, okay. 58. It seems bad because 2 questions he flunked, but 2 questions he get very good. Let me just check whether I have an error. 58. Okay, fortunately for you. Oh, what is this? $78.5. Another one very close to 80, but we will see what is the carry mark after this and what will be the end result. 84. Nice. I wonder what is the distribution would be, because 86. Wow. Now I used to be like, wow, 86, but because some students actually get 90 and then 86. So what? 56.6, 56.5. I think question 3 and 4, he just got 2 in question 3, unfortunately. Even though question 1 he got quite a good mark. Yeah, 56.5. Okay, this is the first this is the first terrible mark. Of course there are some others that do not make to 50, which make me feel terrible, but this is like 10 out of 100 in final. So this is 65. That's okay. Let's see. I don't think he will make it. 40.5, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. 20.5 plus 21 plus 5 plus 5. 51.5. Okay, perhaps some students are dependent on certain type of question. This one, question number 2, 20.5. Question number 1, question number 1, 20.5. Question number 2 is 21. And then question number 3, 5. Question number 4, 5 out of 25. So fortunately, question 1 to carry it forward to just barely make it. Making commentaries on marks, student marks. 78.5. Interesting. So we'll see what is the carry mark to. 86. Awesome. Okay, this is awesome stuff, man. Some awesome stuff. Yeah. 71. Okay, this is quite bad. 14.5 plus 24 plus 9 plus 19. Oh, it's quite good. Not good, but okay, 66. It looks bad because one of the question is so terrible, but fortunately the other question is actually quite okay. Yeah. The final one, 10 plus 20 plus 14 plus 15, 59. Okay, that's it. So we have marked these papers. There's quite a number that is below 50 still, unfortunately. There's quite a number that is below 50. So now I will be doing the the demography of the mark. What do you call it? The analysis of the marks. We do not know yet the carry mark for this one, but because of the policy that because some of these students that got a bit less than 50, 40 plus especially, normally in the previous sem, if the carry mark is more than 50, then obviously it can push through and you can get a passing mark. But this semester is quite different, so that is where it is getting interesting in that sense. But the number of students that get 90 and 80 and 78 etc. is quite huge. I think I didn't count it but it feels quite huge, which is changing the trend. Never happened before, I think. Right, so that is where I think the flipped classroom really does prove itself to be an approach that is very beneficial for students, especially that can score. However, for those students that struggle, perhaps we have to think how to cover both, right? Because I think for many students it can push them from middle to high scoring marks, right? But for those who still struggle with, I'm not sure, we will see what is the issue, right? Is the question, or is, because some of the questions students have, like this is 40, right? He struggle when the students struggle for 2 questions out of the 4 questions, it can actually bring it down still. So it depends on how we want to analyze it and whether I will go deep into the question to analyze, because we don't have time for that. I'll just see the trend and just general analysis. So wait for that video. I'm not sure anyone will actually watch this video because this will be on the unlisted video. But thank you for watching. If you are my student, normally only my student will watch this one. Hopefully you are among the one that get the good grades, inshallah. Thank you and see you next time.